In this video, we'll explore some free and low-cost tools for making effective instructional videos. Our focus here is on instructional videos that require planning, recording, editing, and producing, so we'll be looking at tools for making those. However, these tools will also be effective for smaller projects without much planning or editing work. What are some free or low-cost tools for making effective instructional videos? There are a few different types of tools you'll need, including production equipment for capturing audio and video, and post-production tools for editing and rendering the final video into a shareable file. There are a wide variety of different types of equipment useful in production, and costs of this equipment can range between $20 to hundreds of thousands of dollars. Thankfully, most standard instructional videos can be done well with just a basic webcam and an external microphone. There are many different types of webcams and mics to choose from, so be sure to do some research in this area before purchasing. If you're looking for a place to start, one of the more common webcams used is the Logitech C920, and Blue Microphone's Yeti or Snowball microphones are solid performing microphones and reasonably priced options. It's best to use a dedicated webcam or camera, but it's also possible to use a cell phone in a pinch. The key with cell phones is making them as stable as possible, so using some sort of stand is recommended. If you're interested in finding a dedicated standalone camera, the Panasonic G8 V is a great option. Be sure to do your own research to find out what best suits your needs. As for audio, it's best to use an external microphone rather than one built into the computer or the phone. Using a good lapel mic is great for interviews, and a more general mic like the Zoom H5 is a good option for general room recording, interviewing, and so on. If you're doing screencasts, then a headset with a microphone is also a good option. As a last resort, you may even be able to use the earphones that came with many smartphones. These often have call mics that are better situated for videos than the built-in mic on the computer or the phone. Storage is another important consideration, especially if you're doing a lot of instructional videos. Video files are large, and so are the raw files that go into the projects. There is often a video editing project file, several photos, and a number of raw video files for any one project. These should be stored in one project folder and given meaningful names, ideally with a standard naming convention that includes a date and the project name. The project folder can be stored on your computer if there's enough room, but it may be better to store these in a cloud storage such as Google Drive, Microsoft's OneDrive, or Dropbox. It's also a good idea to have a backup of the file, whether that means storing it on the computer and the cloud and an external hard drive, or something else. It's important to keep the raw video, audio, and project files for a while after completing the video. You may find small issues in the video or want to update it later. Without the raw and project files, making revisions to a completed video quickly becomes very challenging. Once your files are produced, you can share them on a service such as YouTube or Vimeo, which have private sharing settings so you can send the video to one or a few people. You may also post the file on a cloud drive so others can download and view it. Some institutions, such as universities, often have other video solutions for storing and sharing video. In addition to the equipment and storage needs, there are a variety of free and low-cost tools that you can use in production for capturing video and audio, and in post-production to edit the video and related files. Let's start by looking at free and low-cost tools for production, and then move to post-production. Remember that production is about capturing great audio and video, so that's what these tools are focused on. Your camera will capture general video, but recording the screen of your computer is a bit more challenging. There are two main types of screen capture tools, those for video and those for images. To do either, it's important to use software specifically geared toward screen capture. One very popular tool for capturing video on the computer screen is called Open Broadcaster Studio, or OBS. OBS is used by many for live streaming games and events, but it can also be set to record video or audio from your webcam, computer screen, or other sources. We can even record both and combine them in one video. Because OBS is open source, it's free, and its source code is also available for interested developers to customize and make additions as desired. Another option for screencasting is TechSmith's capture software. It's simple to use and pairs well with TechSmith's other offerings, which we will discuss later in the video. It isn't open source, and how much you can store and share is limited, but it's simple and effective. Capturing images is also important. My favorite tool for this is an open source program called GreenShot. GreenShot is completely free, and you can set keyboard shortcuts to quickly capture either the full screen or just a selection. GreenShot can also perform simple edits on these images to add things like text, boxes, and arrows to highlight things in the picture. Other free tools for capturing screenshots are the Windows Snipping tool built into the Windows operating system, or Apple's Screen Capture tool on the Mac. TechSmith's Snagit is another low-cost solution with a wide range of features similar to GreenShot's. In addition to these production phase tools for capturing video, audio, and images, there are also some important post-production phase tools for editing images, video, and audio. From time to time, you will need to edit images for use in instructional videos. This can be used for stills, title slides, and end credits, for example. The most popular paid tool for this is Adobe Photoshop, which is a powerful tool with a broad range of features and options for image editing. A free open-source alternative is the GNU Image Manipulation Program, also known as GIMP, which is a full-featured image editing program similar to Photoshop. If you aren't familiar with image editing or won't use the program enough to justify a subscription to Photoshop, then GIMP is a very viable option. There aren't many free options for editing videos, but Blackmagic Studios has released their powerful DaVinci Resolve editing software to users for free. There is a bit of a learning curve because Resolve is generally geared toward higher-end media producers, but it ultimately works just like any other video editing software, and it's well worth the time investment if you don't have a budget. An excellent and easy-to-use low-budget option for video editing is TechSmith's Camtasia. Camtasia is one of the most popular video editing tools around. A regular license is a couple of $100, and they often have bundles with their other offerings like Snagit mentioned above. Of course, if you're interested in using Photoshop or other tools in the Adobe Creative Suite, then Adobe Premiere is definitely worth looking into. It's a professional-grade software that is powerful and works well with Adobe's other offerings. For Mac users, iMovie is a built-in video editor with some common features needed for instructional videos. For complex videos, Final Cut Pro is well worth a look. Depending on what tools you have in your lineup, you may or may not run into issues where a program won't accept a given file type. For example, if a program can't import or export an MP4. If you run into this issue, Handbrake can help. Handbrake is a free, open-source file conversion tool, so you can convert videos from one format to another and use them between different programs in the event that there are compatibility issues. Editing audio is also a critical piece of creating instructional videos. Audacity is perhaps the most broadly used audio editing platform anywhere. Best of all, it's completely free because it's open source. Audacity can reduce noise, normalize audio levels, apply effects, and perform a whole host of other important features. Audacity will definitely be able to handle all of your audio editing needs for instructional videos. There are other audio editing tools, such as Adobe's Audition tool in the Creative Cloud, or Apple's GarageBand on the Mac. But most users will find that Audacity will handle everything they need to do with ease. There are many other tools out there, but these are some of the best and most commonly used. Most of them are also pretty easy to learn how to use, and have a lot of support either in communities or through videos online for learning how to use them and for fixing issues. You really can't go wrong with any of these tools, so jump in and start exploring. In this video, we covered some of the major free and low-cost tools and equipment used in creating instructional videos. Learning to use these tools is an important part of creating effective videos, and time invested in them is sure to pay off.